I am the one and only Eagle Double T, and in this video, I'm going to be taking a look back at the Sega Dreamcast and reviewing it and telling you guys some history about it. So let's begin. Well, this was Sega's final console. They were deeply afraid of the PS2 because it could play DVDs, and it was going to have a huge launch. They knew that right from the start. So they doubled what the last generation's graphics were with a 128-bit processor. So at the time, this was the most powerful console. It was released in 1998 in Japan, 1999 in America. Thankfully, this managed to sell 10 million units, and part of the reason why is because the PS2, they ran out of materials to make them. So they could not launch when they planned, which was definitely good for them. And in the few years that this was on the market, they sold 10 million units. So they did pretty good. But when the PS2 came out, it could play DVDs. That is the reason half the people bought them, was to watch DVDs. Because at the time, it was one of the cheapest DVD players on the market. So, how does it feel that your console, people bought it to play DVDs and not to play games? Half the people play DVDs, not games. So, I hope PlayStation feels good about itself. But the Dreamcast was a great console. I mean, it has top-loading disk drive. Just takes you back. Just power button, no reset button or anything. 4 controller ports. The first to offer a modem. Now, I got mine used, and it doesn't have one for some reason, but it was the first console ever to have a modem. It is very heavy, but it is also a very small console, so it's pretty good. The power supply is built in, then has AV out and serial. It was very small, very heavy, 4 controller ports. Now the controller, VMUs. Awesome things. Memory cards with a miniature screen. Ran on watch batteries. You could take them out and play mini games on them, or even hook them together and exchange data. The D-pad, it's actually one of the best I've ever used. I actually use this for 3D games over the joystick, because the joystick is a bit high and has literally no grip. Just has a few things on it. Triggers, 360, basically ripped off these triggers, except these ones are better. Little screen, it just displays primitive graphics, but it's great. Start button, A, B, X, Y, weirdly colored. But the controller, it didn't have as many buttons as other controllers did, but I definitely prefer this over a PlayStation 2 controller. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. I love it, but it's with great games like Crazy Taxi and NBA 2Night. This is actually a really good game. It's glitch-tastic. It glitches like crazy, but it's a great game. Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, and lots of other great games. It made the Dreamcast an amazing choice. I would definitely prefer this over a PS2. But it is very sad that it died. PS2 killed Sega. But this console is great. But the thing is that this laser, it's not very powerful. I literally have no idea how that got in there, but it is a great console. The laser isn't very powerful in Sonic Adventure. I can't play this anymore because this thing is pretty free of scratches, but it cannot play it. It made me really mad. But it is a great console. I'd honestly say better than the PS2, with lots of great games, an amazing design, in the few years that it was going, it was great. We've got to give credit to him for selling 10 million units compared to the Saturn. It's a great system. If you're looking to buy an older system, I would recommend getting this. They're cheap. They are a bit harder to find than GameCubes and Xboxes and PS2s. But I got mine for like $10 with Sonic Adventure and Crazy Taxi. So it is a great system, and I would highly recommend it. It is very sad that it killed Sega, but it's a great system. I am the one and only Eagle Double T, signing off. Goodbye. In a few days, I'm going to be doing my first vlogs. I'm going to do like 3 or 4 of them, because our school is going on a Washington, D.C. trip, which is going to be awesome. So I'm going to do some vlogs about going into the Smithsonian museums and even the White House. So please watch that and be prepared for that. But hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, and, goodbye.